Hi friends, welcome back to my channel where moms like you and me come to rediscover ourselves, rewrite our stories, and create a life full of purpose. I'm Krista, I'm a busy mom, a nurse, and a lover of personal development, and I'm here to help you crush your goals in 2025. Prioritize yourself and find some kind of balance because we all need balance. First and foremost, let's get comfortable and cozy, grab our journals, grab our favorite drinks, and let's start talking about what we're going to achieve next year. Now, I do have to address the elephant in the room because I know you have probably been there where you wrote out a goal and it's very vague. There's not really a whole lot of emotion behind it. There's no why. And we end up not achieving those goals, unfortunately, which ends up kind of discouraging us from creating more. But goals are so important because they give us purpose. I'm very excited because 2025 is going to be the year that's different. We are going to achieve our goals and follow that journey and that path to eventually achieving our dream life, which is what we want ultimately, right? So I'm going to give you actionable steps to crush your goals next year. And if you follow along in this journey, I can promise you that by the end of next year, you will feel so proud of yourself and what you've accomplished. And I cannot wait to tag along on that journey. So let's not think of this as setting goals, but of becoming the person that's going to achieve them. So let's jump right in. Step one, reflect on the past year. So first we are going to reflect on our 2024. We're going to see what worked for us, see what didn't work for us, and see what's important to us. I feel like you can't move forward with clarity unless you look back on the past. And I know it's so easy to just be like, oh, we're just going to jump into the new year. But really take the time to kind of see what went wrong or why things didn't go your way. I think it's so important in doing so we can actually move forward and improve and get better and achieve what we really want to achieve. Think of reflection kind of like a map before a road trip. It helps you know where you're going. Instead of feeling lost and unsure, reflection is what gives us clarity. I want you to get out your journals and we're going to write a few questions down. The first question being, what were your biggest wins of last year? What went really well? What are you most proud of? 2, what are the biggest struggles that you faced? Where did you feel stuck? Where did you fall short? And 3, what are the lessons that you learned? What are the lessons you learned from your wins, from your struggles? How did you overcome them? Really think about those questions and break them down. I'm going to give an example. So one of my wins was posting consistently again. And a struggle I dealt with was trying to find balance. So how do I do this while balancing my health or balancing a busy work life or being a mom? And one of the biggest lessons I learned was how important it is to plan and schedule every single thing. So once I have everything time blocked out for the week, I'm able to be more successful and follow through with my goals. So it's your turn. I want you to really either pause the video or think about this later, but just take your time, reflect, think about what went well for you, what didn't go well, and what lessons you learned and what you want to improve on. I think that will really help kind of just get us started for the next step. Step 2, define your vision. So this is one of my favorite parts is just to dream and think about what my dream life looks like, because our vision and our dream life is the ultimate goal of where we want to get, right? And our goals are the steps on how to get there. That's why we want to make them achievable. That's why we want to start taking action and sticking with them and changing our life in order to get and create our dream life. And I want you to think about one question. What does your dream life look like by the end of December 2025? What does it look like within the next 2 to 5 years? Close your eyes and really imagine what that life looks like. I'm going to ask you a few questions and just think of them in the back of your mind just to get you started. How do you feel physically? What are your relationships like? What have you accomplished in your career or your personal life? What lights you up every single day? Think about those questions. I know there's so many more too you can think about, but those are just to get you started. And now I'm going to give you a couple tools on how to create that vision. So you can either use a vision board, which I know is so many people's favorites. It's one of my favorites. I love to put a collage of pictures from either Pinterest or my personal life or affirmations or quotes or things that I just connect with me and what I'm aligned with and how I view my dream life. Put those on a collage and then you can look at them in a special place every single day. If you're not a big vision board person, you can always do like a vision list where you write down your ideal day, your ideal year in detail, very specific, and like it's already even happening. So if you write all those specifics, it just kind of lets your mind think, dream, and just get really real on what you truly want. Or you can even do a vision bingo card, which I've seen all over the place, where you do a bingo template, put your goals in, and then once you hit a bingo by accomplishing them, you treat yourself, which I think is a lot of fun. So you want to make it fun. You want to think big. You want to think of things that just light you up, make you feel good, that you're aligned with. So then we can start creating those goals to get there. Take your time with this, have fun with it, be creative, and make it you. And then we're going to move on to step 3. Step 3, set goals. So now that you have the big vision all planned out, it's hanging on your wall, you're looking at it every single day, now we're going to set some goals. Not just any goals, but identity-based goals. And what do I mean by that? So instead of focusing on what you want to achieve, you're going to focus on who you want to become. And what that does is it aligns your actions to your values. So it makes the journey so much more meaningful and honestly sustainable. Overall, your goals are much more personal, and then you start attaching that emotional connection to your goals, which makes them that much stronger. And it's cool because like the process of becoming someone that you really want to be is rewarding, because over time it starts strengthening your self-confidence and your self-worth, which focuses on growth and creates more meaning on that journey, because you're more fulfilled and more purpose driven. You want that strong emotional connection and that why that's attached to that goal, because that's going to create a difference in how long you stick with it, taking those action steps, actually achieving it. When you are creating your goals, think about different parts of your life that you want to create them in. So health, relationships, finances, fun, hobbies, and just pick 1 or 2 goals to start achieving. Because I feel like if you make multiple goals in multiple areas of your life, you just can't stay focused and it's just not attainable. You want to start with 1 to 2 goals, achieve those goals, and then create new ones to keep going and moving forward to creating that dream life of yours. So I'm going to give some examples. Goal: I am someone who prioritizes my physical health and well-being. Action: regular exercise, eating nourishing meals, and prioritizing sleep. Goal: I am a lifelong learner who constantly seeks personal growth. Action: reading books, taking courses, listening to podcasts, and engaging in self-reflection. Goal: I am a patient, loving, and engaged parent. Action: spending quality time with your child, practicing patience, and being present. But after you clarify your goals, you're going to break them down even further into smaller milestones or sub-goals. And those are also going to be very specific and time-bound. So I'm going to give you 2 examples that fall under that category I've been using of fitness. First sub-goal: I will do a 30-minute workout Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday mornings. Sub-goal number 2 is I will track my food intake, as well as aim to get 3 servings of vegetables in each day. Then after you break them down into smaller milestones, then you're going to focus on developing good, healthy habits that support those goals. Because let me tell you, goals are definitely achieved through your habits and what you do each and every day consistently. It's not what you do occasionally, it's what you do consistently every single day. You're going to define what each of your sub goals, what habits you need to start doing in order to achieve them. You want to keep your actions simple, concrete, and focused. It's kind of the process behind forming a habit. And I want to recommend Atomic Habits by James Clear. Is such a great book, and I'm actually reading it for the second time because there's so many good pieces of information I want to apply, but I highly recommend if you're trying to figure out how to form better habits. But the first tip I would say is keep it simple. So don't say you're going to work out for an hour when you haven't worked out in years. Work out for 10 minutes first. Start there. Tip 2 is called habit stacking, which he talks about so much, and it's such a great idea, but it's about pairing a new habit with one you're already doing. So if you brush your teeth in the morning, pair that with doing 10 push-ups afterwards. So you're pairing something you want to do with something that you already do, and then it starts becoming routine. And then 3, track your progress, you guys. Progress is huge because it helps us see what we need to improve, what we're doing right. I love using a habit tracker. It is such a great tool to use to just kind of visually see what you're doing right and what you might need to kind of work on. But an example for habit forming: I will work out 4 times a week. Action steps or habits: choose workout routines the night before to avoid decision fatigue. 2, set a reminder for 6 a.m. to get your workout in. 3, have your workout clothes laid out the night before to make just the whole process a little bit smoother and you don't have to think about it. So the biggest thing is just to focus on a few important habits that align with your goal, because then they become part of your routine, and then you can start kind of revising and adding as you go, changing your life, taking those action steps and actually making a difference and getting closer to your goals. And what this ultimately does is solidify your identity through repetition. Each time you make a decision to work towards that goal with those daily habits, the closer and closer you'll get to becoming the person you truly want to become. And you start embodying that lifestyle. Step 4, review and adjust as needed. So life happens and your goals may need adjustments at time, and that's okay. So what I like to do is schedule monthly review sessions where you ask yourself 3 questions. What's working? What's not working? And do I need to adjust my approach? For example, if you're planning on working out 5 times a week, but it's just not working with your schedule, bump it down to 3 to 4 because you're still going to make progress. Flexibility is not failure, it's just strategy. The key is to stay committed to the end result, even when the path changes. That's what kind of makes or breaks us from either getting to our goal or getting off the beaten path and just not following through. Tracking progress is so incredibly important. How we're feeling, what we need to improve on, celebrating our little milestones that we're hitting. It just keeps us motivated when we see that we're actually following through with what we say we're going to do. Another little exercise that I do love to do too sometimes, write down 3 wins of that month and what they taught you. So for example, I saved $500 this month, proof that I can stick to my budget. Or I worked out 10 times this month. I'm gaining momentum. So just little things like that too. You're like, oh dang, like I'm actually doing this. I'm following through and I'm making progress. Those really, really help. Which leads me to my last step. Step 5, celebrate and reflect. Celebrate everything, the big wins, the small wins, and everything in between. Write them down, share them with a close friend who you can trust, and treat yourself to something special because you did it. You want to acknowledge and celebrate your progress because this is what reinforces your identity and the person that you're becoming. Celebrating keeps you motivated and reminds you that you're capable of achieving anything. So one question for you is, what is one of your favorite ways to celebrate? Let me know in the comments. So now that we have all our steps, it's time to go out and crush our goals. So I know that these steps will help you as much as they've helped me. So go grab your journal, write down your goals, maybe share them with a trusted friend or family member to keep you accountable. And let's finally make 2025 the year where we achieve all the goals that we set for ourselves and actually make our dream life become a reality. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you drop your goal in the comments so I can support you. Don't forget to subscribe so we can be on this journey together. But you've got this. I believe in you. And until next time.